You tried to love with all you had. You gave your heart both good and bad. You waited long, you tried to stay, but it still somehow slipped away. You wondered if you broke it first. You counted flaws, rehearsed the worst. But some storms come without a sound and leave without a warning round. It was never your fault, never your crime. You were just loving in your own time. Some people leave not because of you, but because they never knew how to. Don't wear the choices on your skin. You were enough, you've always been. It was never your fault. Not then, not now. You saw the cracks and tried to mend. You played both lover and best friend. You held your breath, you gave them space. You even tried to take their place. But love's not made by just one soul. It takes two hearts to make it whole. You lit the room, they closed the door. You stayed when they wanted more. It was never your fault, never your shame. You weren't too quiet, weren't to blame. Some people leave what they can't hold. Some hearts retreat when they feel bold. Don't shrink your shine to fit their need. You're still a bloom, you're still a seed. It was never your fault. Please believe. You don't have to fix what's not yours to fix. You don't have to heal from their wrong picks. You gave a love so pure and true. That's more than most will ever do. It was never your fault, my dear. You gave love strong and stayed sincere. Now breathe it out and stand up tall. You didn't lose, you gave it all. Someday someone will see your light and love you with their heart held right. But until then, just hold this thought. It was never your fault. To break at every word. Now silence feels like less to hurt. The tears ran dry, the voice grew thin. I forgot where I had been. I smiled to keep the world at bay, but no one asked if I was okay. I held my breath through every crowd, learned how to disappear out loud. But after the storm is quiet, not peace but something like it. No lightning left to strike the ground, just quiet air and no one around. It's not a song, it's not a prayer, but I'm still breathing somewhere there. After the storm, I'm still here, still quiet, still unclear. I watched the sun but felt no heat. The days would start but not complete. I wasn't gone but not quite near, just floating through this thin veneer. The photos on the the shelf, look back at someone I now feel I lack. But maybe healing isn't loud, just whispering that pain's allowed. And after the storm is quiet, still heavy but I don't fight it. There's no applause, no sudden light, just choosing not to leave tonight. No roaring strength, no fierce rebound, just letting both my feet touch ground. After the storm I remain, with gentle grief and softer pain. Maybe joy won't come in floods, maybe peace comes drop by drop. Maybe hope is just the way you choose to stay another day. So after the storm is quiet, I'll sit with all that's still inside it. I'll hold the hand I used to hide. I'll walk with me and not divide. Not fixed, not new, not even strong, just here's right where I belong. After the storm, the sky's still gray, but I'm still brave enough to stay. There were nights I lost my way, spoke to shadows, knelt to pray, and just before I gave up light, you showed up, you stayed the night. You didn't speak in perfect lines, but your silence matched with mine. In a world that moved too fast, you gave me stillness made to last. Because you were here, I didn't break, I didn't fear. I found a song in quiet pain and danced beneath the falling rain. You didn't save me with a flame, but you stayed, and that's the same. I stand today, I breathe, I try, because you were here. You never asked for thanks or tears, you just held on through the years. And though your footsteps fade from view, every path I walk feels more like you. I see your trace in coffee steam, and hear your laugh in every dream. Some might say you're gone for good, but I still feel you like I should, because you were here. I found a way to persevere. I spoke again, I sang again, because I knew you'd understand. You didn't build me from the start, but you lit one dying part. And now I glow, though not so clear, because you were here. Maybe love is not a fire, maybe it's a quiet, quiet was a time I closed my eyes and let the world just pass me by. Too tired to speak, too numb to cry, I only knew how to survive. The days were long, the nights were thin, I wore a mask to hold it in. But something soft beneath my skin whispered, you can start again. I don't need to run or win, just be brave enough to begin. Even with a broken heart, even if I fall apart, I will rise on shaky feet. With every scar I still repeat, I don't need to be alright, just brave enough to try tonight. The voices said I'm not enough, too quiet, weak, or not so tough. But now I see that gentle souls still carry light through shattered roads. One small step, a breath, a thought, a lesson, all the pain is taught. That even when you lose the way, the choice to stay is strength each day. I don't need to run or win, just be brave enough to begin. Even when the world won't cheer, even when the doubt is near, I will walk with silent grace, still showing up to hold my place. I don't need to prove I'm fine, just brave enough to cross the line. And if I shake, I won't be shamed. The ground is kind to those who've changed. This isn't loud, it isn't bright, it's simply choosing me tonight. I don't need to run or win, just be brave enough to begin. Not the loudest, not the fast, but steady where the shadows past. I will rise, not for the crowd, but for the voice I hear out loud that tells me I was always mine, brave enough to cross the line. The morning came too soon again. With heavy eyes and tangled plans, I reached for strength I couldn't find, just silence crowding up my mind. The mirror showed a tired face, a heart that longed for a slower pace. And so I stopped and let it be. The world could turn without me. Breathe in, let it fall. You don't have to chase it all. Even stars rest from their light. Even trees sleep through the night. Breathe in, let it end, then begin again. I walked alone, no place to be, just steps that moved ahead of me. The past behind, too loud to hush. The future felt a little much, but somewhere in the stillness near, a voice said you are safe right here. So I sat down with all my doubt and watched the sunlight filter out. Breathe in, feel the air. It's okay to not know where. Even rivers lose their way. Even skies have cloudy days. Breathe in, count to 10, then begin again. You are not the days you lost. You are not what pain has caused. You are every breath you take, every dawn that helps you wake. Breathe deep, let it pass. You are not built to break like glass. Even shadows fade with time. Even hearts relearn their rhyme. So breathe just like then, and begin again. I've been broken, I've been bruised, left in silence, misused. But every time I lost my way, I found a piece I meant to save. I tried to hide each scar I gained, felt like proof I was to blame. But now I trace them like a map of every fall I made it back. Cracks let the light in, don't you know? That's where all the wild things grow. Every tear, every bend, it led me closer to the end, where I begin again. I'm not perfect, but I'm real, and every wound I start to feel just proves I'm still here, still healing, still near. They said to toughen up and fight, Not made of steel or frozen ground, but roots that hold when storms come round. So let the rain come down on me, wash away who I can't be, and let me bloom in broken soil, where my heart can rest from toil. Cracks let the light in, that's the truth. I'm not the same, but still have youth. In the way I start again, in the way I let love in. I've been torn, but I'm not through. Every flaw is something true. I wear them proud, and they're how I got here. I used to hate the parts I broke, covered them in shame and smoke. But now I see through every seam. There shines a braver kind of dream. Cracks let the light in, yes they do. They let me feel, they let me choose to show my heart, not hide it deep. To wake from fear, not fall asleep. I'm a mosaic, not a scar, made from all the things I are. Cracks let the light in, and I'm finally letting it win. Dear younger me, with tear-stained sleeves, afraid to fall, too scared to breathe. You thought the world would never bend, you thought the pain would never end. You counted stars to numb the ache, hid your dreams behind the ache. You wore a smile but not too wide, always shrinking just to hide. But I see you now, so brave, so small. You stood again after every fall. You didn't know who you would be, but you made space for future me. So thank you for each trembling fight. You lit the way without the light. Dear younger me, you were always right to hold. You wrote in notebooks quiet cries, hoping someone heard your skies. But even if no hand held yours, you found your way through locked doors. You gave your love with little left. You learned the meaning of your depth. You cracked but still you sang somehow, and that's the reason I am now. So I sing for you, the timid flame, the one who never played the game. You weren't loud, but you were kind. You left a trail for me to find. I live because you didn't break. You gave me all I had to take. Dear younger me, no more mistakes, just grace. If I could hold you in my arms, I'd say you're made of quiet charms, that even silence shape the tune of who I'd grow to be so soon. Now I walk with steadier feet, because you crawled through ache you've done enough for one long day. The world can wait, just drift away. The battles fought, the words unsaid can rest now in your weary head. You tried your best, though no one saw. You kept your ground despite the flaw. You smiled when storms were overhead. Now close your eyes, come home instead. Good night, my tired soul. You've carried more than you should hold. Lay down your doubt, your fear, your fight. You're safe beneath the hush of night. Good night and let it go. You've nothing left to prove or show. Just sleep and dream and slowly mend until the morning comes again. You walked through noise that stole your grace, still held your light in quiet space. You gave when no one thought to ask. You breathed through every heavy task. No need to fix what broke today. It's okay to not be okay. Some nights we rest not to be strong, but just because we've hurt too long. Good night, my gentle soul. You're more than pieces, more than rolls. The world may rush, the world may burn, but peace is something we relearn. Good night, just be still and let your heart do what it will. No need to climb, no need to bend. This is where your healing ends. And if the silence makes you cry, let moonlight hold you while you lie. You're not alone, not in this bed. I'm with you here inside your head. Good night, my tired soul. You're already beautiful and whole. Lay down the weight you've had to lend. You are the start, not just the end. So good night, breathe in slow. Let every restless shadow go. Tomorrow waits, but now just rest. You've done enough, you've done your best.
I made my bed beside the rain. Got used to dreams that left a stain. But morning knocked, though not too loud, and I sat up a little proud. I brewed the tea, I let it steep, the kind I drank when I could sleep. It didn't heal, but it was kind, a gentle nudge back into mind. And oh, how the little light returns through window cracks and softened burns. Doesn't shout, it doesn't blind, but whispers gently, you're aligned. You're not the same, but you're still here, and every scar has brought you near. The little light that left that day is learning how to find its way. opened up the balcony to feel the breeze remember me. It touched my skin like an old friend who doesn't ask how things will end. The music played, the record spun, and I sang quiet not to run. It's not a fight, it's just a flow, a way to say I'll take it slow. Yes, oh, the little light returns, not like a fire, but how hope learns to bloom again in smaller steps, to hold its breath yet not forget. And even if the dark is near, I see one star and it feels clear. The little light I thought was lost was only resting from the frost. I don't need the world to spin, just a reason to begin. If morning comes, I'll meet its grace with open hands and softer pace. So let the little light return. In every page I slowly turn. No need to rush, no need to shine. Just let it be, and that is mine. A whispered laugh, a steady gaze, the sky in ever brighter grays. The little light, it always knew that healing isn't breaking through, it's letting life return to you.
Did my best today, though no one saw. Picked up the mess behind the door, held back the tears, let silence stay, and made it through another day. The world was loud, my heart was small, but I showed up through it all. Maybe that's what courage means, not shining bright, but staying clean. So softly I say to myself, you're more than just how you felt. You bent, you cracked, but didn't break. You gave more love than you could take. And if no hands applaud tonight, I'll still be proud I held on tight. Softly now I breathe and see I was always enough for me. I smiled at strangers on my way, though part of me had walked away. I fixed the cup, replied the text, pretended I was not a mess. But in the dark, no mask, no role, I see the lines time gently wrote, and everyone a quiet sign that I've been living all this time. You don't have to be someone else. You've hurt, you've healed, you've grown and known. You've carried dreams all on your own. And if the mirror looks unsure, I'll tell her this, you still endure. Softly now I close my eyes. You're the one who always tries. Some days are heavy, hearts don't shout, but even whispering is loud when spoken from a place so true, where I love me still carries through. So softly I say to myself, you're doing well, just be yourself. Not every day will end in grace, but I'll still choose to show my face. I don't need stars to feel the light. I am my home, my safe good night. Gray clouds over my morning light, coffee cold and hands held tight. All I did was breathe and try just to make it through the sky. Rain taps on the window pane, echoes of a quiet pain, but deep inside I feel it run, the warmth of some forgotten sun. Someday the sun will rise for me through every doubt I couldn't see. Though today feels dark and small, there's still a sky beyond it all. Someday the sun will shine again, and I will bloom from where I've been. So I'll hold on and I'll believe someday the sun will rise for me. I walk alone, no finish line. Still I trace my steps in time. No map to show me where I go, but roots still grow beneath the snow. A whisper hums inside the breeze. You're stronger than the worst of these. And though the storm still pulls me in, a softer voice begins to win. Someday the sun will rise for me, not just in books or memory. Even when the skies don't turn, there's something in me left to burn. Someday the light will find my name, and all this waiting won't be vain. I'll rise again, just wait and see. Someday the sun will rise for me. Even stars don't shine each night, even hearts can lose their fight, but the ones who dare to stay will find the dawn beyond the gray. Someday the sun will rise for me, and I will stand up quietly, not as someone fully healed, but someone brave enough to feel. So here I am with shaking hands, still dreaming past what fear demands. I'll stay, I'll breathe, and I'll agree. Someday the sun will rise for me. It's okay, you didn't rise today. The world kept turning anyway. You laid in bed, the tears ran dry, but no one saw you even try. You canceled plans, ignored the call. You built a quiet private wall, but even still your heart beat true, and that, my friend, is strength in you. Start again, gently. There's no race to win. You don't have to be loud to begin, even if you just breathe. That's more than enough. Healing is messy, and days can be tough. The sun never asks you to shine like it does. So start again, gently, just because. You said you'd quit, you meant it too, but somehow morning pulled you through. You didn't smile, but you got dressed. You made your coffee, took a rest. You thought of all you couldn't be, but still you stood quietly. No audience, no stage, no light, but you showed up, and that's your fight. Start again, gently. There's no one to please. You owe no triumph, you owe no ease. The smallest step still leads somewhere. Even falling counts if you still care. Don't measure your worth by what they applaud. Start again, gently, against all odds. You're not behind, you're not too late. There's no one else to imitate. Just be the flame that doesn't fade, even if you're scared or afraid. Start again, gently, with hands that shake. Let every breath be a chance you take. No need to run, no need to shine. Just stay alive, and that's just fine. Some days are heavy, some days are raw, but you are still worthy, you are still more. So start again. Gently.
No crowd, no cheers, no finish line. Just one more day that I call mine. The morning sun, a slice of sky, and coffee brewing slow and shy. My plants grew tall while I was low. They didn't ask me why I'd go. They stood in light, and so do I. Even when I don't know why, I'm still breathing softly now, with no big promise, no bold
is made of these tiny steps and quiet grace. A moment's peace I still embrace. I'm still breathing slow but true, and in this breath I'm born anew. The neighbors laugh, a child runs by. I smile back, don't even try to fake the joy or hold the pain. Just watch the clouds and bless the rain. Some days I hum, some days I cry, but none of them I have to hide. There's room for all the shades I wear. In this soft light I find repair. Yes, I'm still breathing softly now, without a map, but I allow the wind to lead, the heart to rest. No need to prove, no final test. It's not a race, it's not a war, just being here and nothing more. Still breathing, frail but free, and that's enough, at least for me. Even silence has a sound, even stillness holds the ground. I'm not the fire, I'm not the storm, but I'm the quiet that feels warm. So I keep breathing softly through this life that breaks and builds me new. I won't demand, I won't escape. I'll sit within this gentle shape. Still breathing, not to impress, but to exist, to feel, to bless. Still breathing, and that's my truth. The softest strength, the kindest proof. You looked in the mirror and turned away. Didn't like the face that faced the day. Counted all the ways you fall apart, but forgot the gold inside your heart. You tried to laugh but felt so small. Felt like nothing, felt it all. But even bruised, even torn in two, the world is brighter 'cause of you. You're still you, and that's enough. You don't have to act so tough. Even broken wings can fly. Even quiet hearts survive. You are not a list of flaws. You're the light behind the pause. Still you, still enough, just as you are. You trace your past like puzzle lines, all the could haves, all the signs. But every scar you've ever worn made you softer, made you warm. You think they only love the bright, but even stars need darkest night. You shine in ways they'll never see. That's what makes you quietly feels sharp and cold. Remember all the hands you hold. You give more than you'll ever know. You bloom even when you don't show. You're still you and always were. Even lost, you still endure. You don't need to glow to be seen. You're the calming in between. So let them talk, let them rush. You're already more than enough. Still you, still enough forevermore. The room is still, the morning slow. Curtains dance with winds I know. No one knocks, no calls today, but I still rise in my own way. I pour my tea, the steam is kind. It fills the space you left behind. I hum a song I never knew. It somehow sounds a bit like you. Still I wake though the night is long. Still I hum an old soft song. Even when the world won't see, I keep a little light for me. Not for show, not for display, just enough to find my way. Still I wake and I go on, even when the shine is gone. The streets are full of moving feet, but I walk slow and that's still sweet. I smile at things I've passed before. A leaf, a dog, a coffee store. And no one needs to say I've grown. The quiet proves what I've been shown, that even pain becomes a friend when it walks with you to end. Still I wake though the dark remains. Still I stand in small soft rain. Not for pride, not for acclaim, just to whisper my own name. Still I breathe and still I try, even when I don't know why. Still I wake and that's enough, even if the road is rough. I don't need a loud applause, I don't seek a grander cause. Just the sky, a little blue, just the space to make it through. Still I wake and greet the day, though it never asked me to stay. Still I bloom and still I bend, and I begin again, again. Not to win, not to outshine, just to say this life is mine. Still I wait, still I wake. You've been walking all this time through fields of doubt and uphill climbs. No hand to hold, no map in view, but still the sky remembers you. You count the days with no replies, and dreaming hush beneath the skies. But every breath you choose to take leaves footprints nothing can erase. The road will know your name through every tear, through every flame. And when you feel the night's too long, it hums your soul's forgotten song. You may feel lost, you may feel small, but love still echoes when you fall. The road will know your name and guide you home again. You speak in quiet, gentle ways, the kind the world forgets these days. But don't you think your voice won't last? It's written strong in every path. The birds have watched you pass alone. The wind has heard your every tone. And though you think no one has stayed, the sun still rises where you pray. The road will know your name through all the ways you never blamed. In all the silent nights you cried, it held your hope where dreams reside. And when you're tired, too tired to try, it lifts you soft beneath the sky. The road will know your name and guide you home again. Even when no one believed, even when you couldn't see, the world was watching, taking note of every time you didn't choke. The road will know your name. It's carved in time, it won't erase. Every scar and every grace will find their place, will find their place. You are not forgotten, friend. This isn't how your story ends. The road will know your name and guide you home again. You sat through noise you didn't make. You smiled for someone else's sake. You gave your best in quiet ways and hid your pain between the days. No medals hang above your bed, no words of praise for tears you shed. But still you showed up, stayed in place, and held the world with gentle grace. You did enough today, my friend. You reached the start, you met the end. You breathed through all the heavy air. You kept on going, though unfair. No one clapped, no trumpets played, but you're the reason light stayed. So close your eyes and rest that weight. You did enough today. You made a call you tried to skip. You bit your tongue and held your grip. You didn't scream though you had cause. You moved ahead despite the pause.
you took the train. You faced the mirror through the strain. You answered one more message late, even when your back felt the weight. You did enough today, I swear. You found a way with none to spare. You sighed with silence like a friend and chose to not give up again. No trophies here, no great parade, but look how far you've quietly made. Now close your eyes, the world can wait. You did enough today. Not every step is bold or proud. Some are small and lost in crowd, but each one counts, and that's the truth. You are the proof of quiet youth. You did enough today, just breathe. You gave your time, your soul, your teeth. Tomorrow still maybe land, but tonight just hold your hand. No need for more, no debts to pay. Let all that pressure drift away. You did enough today. In the quiet of your room, when the world fell far too soon, you held your breath to not break down. But I was always there somehow. In the spaces no one sees, you whispered fears into your knees. Every tear you tried to hide, I felt it echo deep inside. You weren't alone, not for a day, though it felt like hearts walked away. Every time you called the night, someone held you in the light. I saw you there, small and brave, in every storm you tried to face. You weren't alone, not really gone. You were just waiting to hold on. I know the silence screamed too loud, and pain became your only shroud. But still you rose, still you dreamed, even if it tore your seams. You didn't break, you just bent, carried more than you were meant. But every step you ever took wrote a page in someone's book. You weren't alone, I swear it's true. Someone was always loving you. From the stars above your bed to the thoughts you never said. Even when you couldn't see, you were never just empty. You weren't alone, just deeply strong. Even when it felt all wrong. If you could go back now, would you hold your hand somehow?